confidence is increasing in a winter storm to affect portions of the Midwest next Wednesday through next Friday morning as we go back into an active pattern again. Now, this pattern will consist of warmer air, so there will be an ice threat probably in portions of Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, and into Michigan, with a swath of plowable snow north of this area. Any shift in the track, which will happen, will change this swath of 2 inches or more of snow. The system does not look major right now, like we're not expecting like a foot of snow or anything, but there will be some travel impacts to this period. A shortwave trough is expected to eject into the southern plains next Tuesday and next Wednesday, which will bring that shield of ice and snow into the Midwest. The main thing that's probably keeping this from being a strong event, a very organized event, is this northern piece of energy, the jet stream, a branch of the jet stream up in the upper Midwest, and that will probably suppress from getting any huge shield of snow to happen. Below is a look at the mid-level heights, and these yellow and orange colors is indicating more of a warmer ridging upper air pattern in place the middle of next week. There's not really a very strong trough showing up on the mid-level height pattern, which would be like the blue and purple colors. So that is another sign that the system will be pretty weak, but it will still be impactful. Temperatures will still be above average next week. That did not go away, but the temperatures will still be cold enough to be able to get snow and ice to happen in the Midwest. Remember, we are still in early to middle of February. Next week is the 12th. Next Wednesday is the 12th. So temperatures being 5 degrees above average, you can still definitely get snow and ice out of it. It won't be the fluffy snow, and it might be a little bit slushier because of the warm air ahead of time. But just because the temperatures will be above average, that does not mean there won't be snow. Between operational model guidance, there's quite a bit of disagreement going on, or a bit inconsistency going on from last run to this run, or just in the future and stuff right now. So that is another reason why there's quite a bit of uncertainty on this system yet. Now below is the European model showing the system. This is the newest model run coming out now. Next Wednesday or so, and it's not a strong system. It has some snow, along and north of I-80 or so, some freezing rain showing up still, but it's a very weak system. But if you go to the last model run, from overnight last night, is a stronger system showing a greater ice threat with a swath of plowable snow. This is probably a little bit more reasonable than the newest model run. I do think it will be a little bit stronger than what the newest model run has right now. But if you go to the GFS model, which is not that good of a model to begin with, it doesn't have much either next week, like at all. It even has a trough showing up in southeast Canada area, and that is bringing in more of a northwest flow pattern instead next Wednesday and Thursday, rather than more of a southwest flow in which you want for a winter storm. Below is a look at the Euro Ensemble model, all the different surface low locations showing up the middle of next week. And each L below is a different member of that ensemble showing the track of the system. And you can see that next Thursday morning at about 6 a.m., there is some surface lows into Iowa, into Missouri, while there is still some that's way back southwest into New Mexico and Colorado area. So the timing of the system is still even a little bit uncertain yet, but the track is very uncertain. There's a surface low track in Sioux Falls, even, and then as far south as St. Louis, Missouri. So that is well over 100 miles of difference of storm track yet. If you look at the GFS ensembles, surface low locations, there's not many members even showing the system, even developing a surface low, but the ones that there is, a pretty wide range still. There's a surface low into Kansas City area, into Des Moines, and then there's one that's that's even as far south as Little Rock, Arkansas. And then there's a few back in Colorado yet. So definitely, Ensemble isn't showing a strong system either. Below is a look at the snowfall probabilities of an inch or more snow for the system the middle of next week, and the chances aren't very high, but that's normal at this range for being an ensemble. But there is some indications still in the upper Midwest of these probably about a 10, 20 to 30% chance of seeing an inch or more snow up into Minnesota, North Dakota, and into Wisconsin. And then some chances trying to show up next Friday into Saturday further south into Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri. Now I look at the GFS ensemble model. The chances of seeing an inch or more snow is even lower, but they are further south actually along the I-80 corridor instead of the I-90 area into Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, and into Indiana. But again, this would be a 20% chance or less of seeing an inch or more snow. Now, looking at the ensemble snowfall totals, so this brings all the memories together into one solution. This is a 10-to-1 ratio, and accumulations are very light, but it's not focused on the how much snow it's showing at this point because it will change. But the area it's showing, and it matches the map I just showed before, which is normal, which it's showing. Hold on, I get the drawing tool out quick. It's showing the greatest chances being. Okay, never mind. We're taking that away. Into the northern plains, into Minnesota, Wisconsin, and maybe into northeast Iowa. The track will probably still shift around a little bit, but you can see a pretty far northern track being showed up on the snowfall side of things. And then even a second system is trying to show up later next week, which could be further south, but I don't want to talk about that one in this video yet. But there is another system to watch later next week. Now the GFS ensemble model, let's change this to that. It is further south with snowfall totals, as it was going to be anyways. More into the Corn Belt area, showing light totals as well, but that's pretty normal at this range. The NBM, which is an ensemble model, it's one of my favorite models. It's very conservative. Further out, in even close range, it can be conservative as well. But the NBM is even indicating a system to move, both systems to move through next week as well. But a similar track to the other ensemble models, and it kind of matches up with most of the operational guidance, which is the GFS and the Euro model, but not the ensemble, if that makes sense. It's only this one to begin with. Now, I'm probably going to be done talking about the winter storm potential for the middle next week, but I did want to talk a little bit about the active pattern coming up. The system next Wednesday through Friday is probably going to be the first of 4 to 5 systems that's going to move through over the next 2 weeks or so. Below is a look at the precipitation averages, which will be above normal for the 7-day period between the 12th and the 19th of February. You can see this green area is showing above average precipitation totals. Now, this does not mean only snow either. It's snow, rain, sleet, ice, everything, but it's showing the active pattern coming up, and there may even be a chance of severe weather across portions of the Midwest in the middle of February, because we're going to see some spring-like systems, meaning snow on the northwest side, chances of severe weather, and even probably tornadoes on the south side. Now, I still think that the week of the 17th will be more active than next week. For sure, more active than next week. And the upper air pattern below is definitely showing that as well, with a deep trough showing up in the northwest portions of the country, with some ridging showing up further east. Now, this divided line of temperatures is a true sign of a couple big systems that have moved through, especially with the trough of that strength in the northwest. That will easily be able to get some cold air in place for snow on the northwest side, but this ridging showing up in the southeast portions of the country will bring in warmer air as well. So there will probably be times the week of the 17th where there's going to be a sharp temperature swings as well. It could be 60 degrees in St. Louis or whatever, but it could be only 20s in St. Paul. something like that. So definitely a very active pattern that is ahead through the middle and end of February. It won't be very cold, so there will be all types of precipitation with ice threats as well. I mean, it's that time of the year where when it gets warmer, there's increasing ice threats rather than just snow as well. So we'll talk more about that in the next video.